Hey, and welcome to the Meditations and Musings podcast. I'm Elena. I'm a mama, I'm a wife, and I'm the founder of the Divine Self-Care Circle membership and the Virtual Retreat Academy. I don't believe that you have to sacrifice your body, your health, or your family in order to create true abundance and prosperity. I believe in living based on the divine feminine metrics of success, and these include pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. Each week, I'll bring you 1 to 2 new episodes. One of these will be a guided meditation that you don't have to do on the meditation pillow, and the other will be a conversation to help you access your inner wisdom, to ignite abundance, and inspire others to do the same. I invite you to join me on this journey back to the magic of a divinely aligned and well cared for you. And now, join me for today's episode. Hello and welcome to today's meditation and musing. Today's episode is a guided meditation for calling in abundance and prosperity. So first and foremost, as you know, if you've been listening to the Meditations and Musings podcast, most important is to take some time to define for yourself what true abundance and true prosperity mean. What I find over my many years of working and coaching and leading retreats and working both in circles of women, one-on-one with women, and just in general in the work that I've been doing, I find that sometimes we get caught up in this loop of comparing ourselves to other people. It's so easy to do with social media, with having access. It brings me back to my days of lifestyles of the rich and famous. I know I'm dating myself a little bit, but when I was younger, I remember the show on Friday nights called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous with Robin Leach. And he would take us on tours of really wealthy people who have yachts and marble all over their house and gold, everything. And it was just, I was mesmerized. I was glued to the TV. And as a young girl, as an immigrant coming over to America from Russia when I was about 6 years old, I had these dreams of wealth, abundance, meaning material goods. And now, as a mom, as a wife, as a business owner, I definitely still have material desires. But true abundance and prosperity for me are much different, and they're defined in different terms. Yes, I still love my shiny objects. I love my shoes and accessories and clothing and beautiful things in my home. But my priorities have definitely shifted. And for me, true wealth and abundance starts with first and foremost, really claiming it for myself in a way that's important to me. And not just buying something because I see an ad for it or because I see someone who I admire wearing something. It's about me choosing to invest my money, time, and energy in things that light me up, that make me feel free, that make me feel generous, that make me feel abundant inside my body, make me feel like I am on fire in areas of my life. I want to feel healthy, I want to feel wealthy, I want to feel abundant. And so first and foremost, I invite you to right now ask yourself the question, what does true abundance and prosperity mean to me? And for me, more than anything, my health and well-being, my self-care practices, my spirituality are the core elements that allow me to feel abundant and prosperous. And from there, of course, I want to have money flowing all around me. I want to be able to be generous to myself and others. I want to be able to invest in things I believe in. I want to be able to buy things that make me feel good and make my life feel fulfilled in many different ways. So I want you to start tapping into that. Now, you might not get a full, solid definition of it for yourself. In fact, it will change over time. But I want you to give yourself permission to even understand that you do have the right to define abundance and prosperity for yourself. And if your definition includes a yacht and marble bathrooms and gold silverware or goldware, then that's totally fine. Full permission granted. And it will evolve over time. But right now, I want to invite you to get present and to join me on this guided meditation for abundance and prosperity. In this meditation, I want to invite you to really get present, to be in your body. You can totally do this as a walking meditation if you happen to be walking. If you're driving, you can definitely allow your subconscious and that part of you to follow along. But if you do have the opportunity to close your eyes, to put your hands in your lap relaxed, or even on your heart or your belly, then I invite you to start to relax your body in any way that feels right for you right now. One of the first things I love to do before I meditate in any way, whether it's a silent meditation or a guided meditation, is to really get into my body. And sometimes the most simple way to do that is to just touch your legs, touch your belly, touch your chest, touch your hands to each other, maybe rub your palms together a little bit, touch the top of your head, to really just be in your body. Even wiggle and shake your shoulders a little bit to be really present. So first, we're going to start by taking some nice deep breaths from your diaphragm and just focus on inflating your lungs as you breathe in through your nose. Feel your stomach rising and your lungs filling with air. And as you inhale the deepest that you can, just hold that breath in for a moment and then slowly let the air out from your mouth or your nose until you exhale completely. Go ahead and do this 2 more times until you feel the sensation of warmth and relaxation throughout your body. So you're taking in air through your nose, allowing your lungs and your belly to fill all the way, holding for a few seconds at the top of your inhale, and release through your mouth. Do that 1 more time in your own timing. In through your nose, inflating your lungs and your belly, holding for a few seconds at the top of your inhale, and even allowing a little sigh to be exhaled. As you feel relaxed, allow your breathing to return to just normal. And in the next few moments, we're going to focus on your current attitude towards money. For a moment, just focus on how you view money. What happens in your body when you think of money? Do you feel any tightness in your chest or your belly? Do you have any negative connotations or old sayings like money doesn't grow on trees, or the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Any of those things coming up? Maybe you were taught that people who are rich are unkind or corrupt, or that they don't care about other people and they only care about their money. The myths around money are endless and most usually a result of old ways of thinking, of perhaps even religious old ways of thinking that poverty has some sort of religious benefit. Sometimes it's a pure result of envy or jealousy. Regardless of where those negative connotations came from, they're sometimes difficult to shift until you start to realize that they are there. Perhaps another way to start seeing money is to start wondering, what would it be like to celebrate those who have achieved wealth and hope that their lives are happy and fulfilled? It might not feel natural to do that when you begin to think about money. But what if we looked at money in a different lens? As you continue breathing in and out and notice how your body reacts to a conversation around money, I invite you to consider that money is the exchange of value or energy for a reward. Money in itself is not evil. It's what people do with it or don't do with it that can cause problems or limitations. So let's take a really deep breath. And as you breathe out, you can say this out loud or in your mind's eye. I release all negative connotations and emotions I may hold around money. Money is just a reflection of value. So the more value I add to the world, the more money will flow into my life. So understanding that money is a rewarding energy or value that you allow into your life, you start to understand that when you give, you can receive. And if you feel like you've given more than you received, it's a great time to question whether you're allowing money to flow into your life. Wondering if you are valuing your own time, your own energy. So with this questioning and curiosity, let's go back to some deep, slow breathing. Filling your lungs slowly, and then slowly releasing any negative thoughts or feelings around money that you were starting to tap into in your physical body. As you inhale a slow, deep breath into your nose, say to yourself, I embrace abundance. I embrace large amounts of material and financial wealth. And on your next out breath, you can repeat, I release any resistance to abundance and prosperity. I release any resistance to wealth pouring into my life so that I can help my family, my parents, my friends. With money, I can choose to support causes I believe in. With money and wealth, I can make massive changes around the world. With money, I can choose to help my charity that I believe in. I choose to feel abundant. You know that as a human being, you have free choice. Choice to think thoughts that benefit you or hinder you. You can choose to bring happiness, joy, love, and abundance into your life, even if it's just starting as a seed of a thought. Starting to question how you see the universe all around you. Do you see it as supporting you, or do you see it as putting up challenge after challenge? You can choose right now to tap into a limitless abundance at any time. The cosmos, the universe itself, is without limits, without boundaries. There is no scarcity, only abundance in the universe. You simply have to look outside, go for a walk to see the leaves, the trees, the clouds, the sky. Nature is there to remind us how truly abundant we are in the most core value and belief that we can hold. So as we're going through this guided exercise, we are tapping into that limitless, unlimited abundance and choosing to exercise the power of intention to create abundance and prosperity in our lives. We begin to understand that whatever we give attention to, we get more of. So are we choosing to give attention to our debt, to scarcity, to lack? Or are we choosing to give attention to the abundance that is already existing in our lives? The friends, the flow, the health, the wellness, the leaves all around us, the flowers. If we choose to tap into and notice how abundance is already flowing into our lives in expected and unexpected ways, we begin to train our mind, our body, and our soul to start noticing. When we begin to shift our mindset to thinking about the life that we want to live and lead, synchronicity begins to kick in and the universe begins to open doors where there were only walls. So begin to think about your life in terms of the abundance that is existing all around you right now. The universe can manifest a mountain just as easily as it can manifest a small coin on the ground. Are you noticing it? Are you recognizing it as abundance? So as you walk through your day, I invite you to think big, to dream big, to invite the universe to bring more abundance in expected and unexpected ways into your life. And not only that, but you begin to notice it, to say thank you more, please. Instead of wondering what else is coming to you, you begin to notice what's already around you. Every time you start to doubt or disbelieve, remind yourself to get present, to take a breath, so that you're not pushing away the gifts that are coming towards you, but instead you're changing the direction to one of a lens of gratitude and attracting more of what you're already seeing around you, more abundance, more prosperity. And as you begin taking the tiny daily steps to move in the direction of gratitude practice, of noticing abundance, you might just begin to notice that more of the same begins to arrive. And that's where the magic starts to happen. This is not to say that negativity, worry, and doubt won't show up. The question is, are you going to let them make a nest on your head and live there indefinitely? Or are you going to shoo them away as if you would an insect or a bird if it tried to make a nest on your head? And instead make plenty of space for the manifestation of prosperity and abundance by noticing that your heart is beating, your blood is flowing, your eyes are seeing, your nose is smelling. The abundance of the senses that you currently have, the abundance of being able to listen to a meditation on your device, the abundance of being able to choose how you spend your time. These are the things we begin to notice when we start to accept, believe, and embrace that we live in an abundant, limitless universe. Doesn't mean that things are always going to be rainbows and unicorns. But heck, why not decide to choose wealth, choose abundance, choose prosperity now? And so now I invite you to take a nice deep breath and a nice breath out. And I honor and acknowledge you for spending the last several minutes with me, exploring your current perspective on abundance and prosperity, and perhaps inviting your subconscious to start thinking about what's already around you in different ways, and laying new tracks, new grooves, and new ways of seeing the world that can inevitably create new flow of prosperity, abundance, and flow of financial wealth. I hope you're smiling, and if you're not, I invite you to, because joy creates more joy. I'm sending you so much wealth, so much abundance, so much prosperity. Thank you so much for being with me today at Meditations and Musings podcast. And I hope you come back next week. And if you enjoyed this meditation, please do share it with a friend. Thank you so much. This is Elena Lipson signing off until next time. Thank you so much for listening and learning about the new divine self-care way of being in your life business, and the bedroom based on the divine feminine metrics of success: pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. If you're ready to bust the myth of overwhelm and tap into an inspired start to each day, I've put together a free video series for you to help you start each day with energy, inspiration, and ignite that inner pilot light which attracts joy, magic, and synchronicity. You can access my 3-step magic morning practice to help you ignite your inner light and attract the abundance that you're craving. Head on over to elenalipson.com/gift. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would so love if you share it with a friend, a sister, a mother, a daughter, and please leave a review. That is how the magic starts to ripple out. Here's wishing you a day full of beauty, magic, and divine self-care. I'll see you next time at the Meditations and Musings podcast.